When most people think of southern Utah, they think of Zion or maybe Arches. But most don't think of mules. You heard me right, mules. And this year, one sold for more than a brand new luxury vehicle. But we'll get to that in a bit. We drove deep into southern Utah for something a little less touristy, but just as unforgettable. Tucked just outside of Bryce Canyon is one of the biggest gatherings of mule folks in the entire West. Every year, people from across the country come together for Bryce Canyon Mule Days and the Canyon Sale, which just so happens to be the highest dollar mule sale in the country, and this year we witnessed history. Now, if you're not familiar with mules, let me back up for a second. A mule is the hybrid offspring of a female horse, called a mare, and a male donkey, typically a donkey known as a mammoth jack. These mammoth jacks are much larger than your average donkey, often tall and sturdy enough to be ridden themselves. While there are plenty of good saddle donkeys out there, this video is all about their offspring, the mule. Mules are known for their intelligence, toughness, and sure-footedness. They've been trusted in the backcountry, on the ranch, and in the mountains for generations. They're steady, smart, and in the right hands, incredibly athletic and versatile. I guess what I'm getting at is, there's a reason mules have been in the spotlight more recently for both the competitive rider and the everyday riders alike. When we arrived at Bryce Canyon Mule Days, the energy was already building.
Go!
This wasn't just a sale, it was a full-on celebration of Western culture.
And then we got, oh man, Zach, you are number one in.
There were trail competitions, clinics, roping, cattle sorting, rodeos, and some of the best trained saddle mules you've ever seen. But the real showstopper was the Canyon Sale, where elite mules are auctioned to the highest bidder. This is one of the most legit sales in our opinion. These sale mules are put through rigorous tests, and if they fail, they're out of the sale. There was even a Zorse there, but unfortunately it didn't make it through the test. Which was a bummer because how often do you get a chance to buy a half horse, half zebra? We were definitely curious to see what it was going to sell for, and we're bummed that it didn't make it through the sift. There are vets on standby if you want to do a pre-purchase exam on a mule, which is kind of like having a mechanic do a thorough inspection on a car you're thinking about buying. All in all, this sale is top tier, but the prices reflect that. There were so many mules here, but one in particular caught our interest. This one. Now to most, it just looks like a mule. But this mule is a curly. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, let me explain. Curly horses, named for their curly coats, can be hypoallergenic, kind of like poodles of the horse world. So this mule right here is basically the labradoodle in equine form. Whether or not this mule is actually hypoallergenic, I couldn't say, but it is possible. This mule did exceptionally well in all the events and seemed really calm and sweet. Her name's Millie, and she's a 15 two-hand, 8-year-old Molly mule. We weren't the only ones watching it either. As the sale kicked off, the excitement in the air was incredible. These mules had been in professional training for months, some for years, and it showed. They were calm, well-trained, and the prices started to reflect that.
And sold $30,000 on $30,000. Wrap up gear buyer number 22,000. Now 3, now 4, 5, Sold $25,000 on her, $25,000. Thank you.
We're going to speed it up here just a little bit, and I want to show you one of the nicest mules in this sale. It's a nice mule. This mule's good to look at.
19, now 20, now 21, now 2, now 3, now 24, 5. Good one now. One more time. Look at here.
Hey, look at here. And he didn't have to ask but just once, and this mule's going down. She's going to lay down nice and easy. And I'm going to tell you something about this mule. And now we're going to put these babies up there.
35, 35, 35, 35. Thank you. 34, 35 and a half. Sold $34,000. Give him the Tyler on the phone. 30, 30 down, dollar down, 38. Haul little down, 29. Ready to get 30 and a half. Sold $29,000. Rods away, 29,000. Bought you a nice one there. Dollar down, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. 1 and a half. Sold $52,000. Rods away, $52,000. Got him. Thank you. Bought you an awfully nice mule.
Finally, the curly mule came in.
Here we go.
She was cool and collected. And then the auctioneer started.
$15,000, $16,000, $17,000, $18,000, $19,000. Here, 20, $20,000 down, 20 down, 20 down, 1, 2, 2, 2 down, 23, 3, 3, 3, 3. I got 22, 23 down, 4 down, 23 down, down, 3 to bed, and a 4 to bed, 3, 3. At 31 down, $31,000 down, 30 to more, going to be 1, 2. At 32 down, 2. Also 41, 2. Hit 2 down, $42,000 down, 2. Ruben, you want some of this? I got $42,000, 2 down, 42, 2, 2. Did you get it? 5, 55, at 55, 57,000, at 57,000, now 760, at $60,000 down 60, and down 2, down 60. They come to buy him 62, at $62,000 down 2, 2, 2. You're gonna be 2 down there, you're gonna get 2, at 62, 62, one more time, 2, 2. Now 2, now 72, now 72, that's good, 72, you're gonna be 2 now, 5, 75, at 75, just give me 100. 70, well, 80, 75, 80. How about 77, 75, 77? You're all out. 75, 77. Come on, folks. 75, 77. 80, $80,000, 82, $82,000 down, 2 down there, 2, 2, 2, gonna be 2 down 5, $85,000, 5, 7, $85,000, $87,000, all down 6, no, thank you, 7, oh, gonna be 7, I got 85 on Ryan, 80, 92, 92, I'll try to keep up, $92,000 down, 90 down 2, at $92,000 down, 2 down there, we're down, 92, 92, 92, at $92,000, set, no, I'd have been all in on that 92 and a half, sold him $90,000, I sold him $90,000.
We're having a mule sale, boys.
Our minds were completely blown. That's more than many people pay for a brand new luxury car. And at this point in time, that's the highest selling mule in the history of mule sales. So what makes a mule worth nearly 6 figures? It's not just about looks, although these animals were beautiful. What buyers are paying for is training, safety, and peace of mind. These mules are often trail safe, kid safe, backcountry safe, and experienced under all kinds of pressure. They're the kind of animals you can trust with your life. And that kind of confidence doesn't come cheap. The trainers who raise and finish these mules have poured years of work into making them. You're not just buying an animal, you're investing in reliability, partnership, and performance. Seeing it all unfold was surreal. This wasn't just a sale, it was history in the making.
Go get him, guys. Go get him. Oh.
And for us, it was a powerful reminder of how strong the mule community really is. There's pride in this work. There's tradition. And there's an unspeakable bond between people and the animals they raise, ride, and rely on. So, no, we didn't see the usual sight of Utah, but we saw something even rarer. A slice of the West you don't find in a guidebook. A celebration of grit, horsemanship, or should I say mulemanship, and a legacy that's still very much alive. If you've never been to Bryce Canyon Mule Days or Chrome in the Canyon Mule Sale, put it on your bucket list because next year we'll definitely be there again. Would you ever buy a mule for $90,000? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. We'll be covering more of this event and others like it, so stay tuned.